Oakland has many problems, not as bumpy as the pothole problem plaguing the city.
A lot of those. And while leaders say they have a paving plan, residents are skeptical, complaining that it's just going at a snail's pace.
As part of our Building a Better Bay Area, we went to Oakland to find out why it's taking so long. And ABC 7 News reporter Leanne Melendez dug deep and finds the answer as always, Leanne.
Yes, well, you know, I wish I had better news for the people of Oakland, but then I wouldn't be here, right? Okay, so Oakland had set a goal to repave 55 miles of roads this year. So far, it's only completed 10 miles. Now, according to the Oakland Department of Transportation, the city will not meet this year's goal, and you will now see why they are so behind.
Blame it on the rain. In the meantime, city officials are asking Oakland residents to have patience when filling those potholes. But really, how long can a city and its people put up with this nuisance? Tell me what you see every day.
Every day we see people come off the freeway. You'll watch them if you keep standing here long enough. You'll see the people swerve in and out, swerve over. They'll slow down. See? And it's just every day. And if you're parked here, they will sideswipe your car. It has been many people who have had accidents here.
Came to City Hall to try to talk to a city council member and found this. The offices were closed on a Wednesday. Nobody's here. And of course, the city council members aren't here either. Not everyone is back in person. They did leave their phone numbers, though. Next up, the mayor's office, except that it too was closed. Wait, it says here, we are away, so please ring the bell. What's going on in Oakland?
In this story, we got to go out to a third world country. I meant Oakland, which appears to have devolved into a third world country, okay? Because they can't get potholes fixed in neighborhoods because the neighborhoods are so dangerous, okay? The neighborhoods are so dangerous. It's so bad in Oakland that the construction workers have abandoned the projects, okay? And as you guys saw at the beginning of this video, these neighborhoods need a whole lot of work, okay? You saw the potholes in the streets that need to be filled and fixed, okay? The roads need to be repaved. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to that city. And of course, you know, they try to blame it on everything except the real problem. They say, oh, well, it's because it's raining a lot, right? It's the rain. That's the reason why. But it can't get done because the crime is out of control. And this goes along with what I try to tell progressives, really, because you guys know, you guys have common sense. So, you know, any progressive that happens to stumble across my channel, one of the reasons why I do these videos so much in these liberal cities is a warning on what your city will become if you vote progressive the way that these California cities have voted, okay? And essentially, your city, your town is going to turn into a third world country. Nothing will get done because you cannot operate a business in a city that has too much crime, which is why you have businesses like 7-Eleven that are pulling out of Oakland.
Ongoing and alarming trend. Thieves smash a car into a 7-Eleven store in Oakland to steal merchandise. Latest burglary happened yesterday morning at the store on Piedmont Avenue.
This type of crime is happening so often that 7-Eleven has shut down 2 Oakland stores recently. The 2 shuttered locations are on MacArthur Boulevard and 23rd Avenue. A source familiar with the situation tells reporter Dahlin they closed a month ago due to repeated burglaries and robberies.
A source tells me 7-Eleven closed down the 2 stores on April 30th. They removed the logos and boarded up the storefronts. Now they're covered in graffiti and some broken glass. Now the remaining stores in Oakland, I'm told they're dealing with a lot of crime. The latest 7-Eleven burglary in Oakland happened Saturday morning before 5 a.m. They were closed at the time. Burglars backed a stolen car to break down the glass doors. Manager Gautam Kumar says it's the 3rd burglary at the store in 5 months.
It's really tough to run the business now these days. You know, most of the insurance company, they are running out.
Gautam says the burglars are targeting cigarettes. He says the burglars on Saturday took about $10,000 in cigarettes, and it cost them a few $1,000 $7 to repair the doors.
Like almost $15 a pack. So they're targeting cigarettes.
Investigators say there's a big demand for cigarettes on the black market. The Piedmont Avenue 7-Eleven is not alone. I reported on previous robberies of other Oakland 7-Eleven stores. Gunmen held up employees and security guards to rob cartons of cigarettes. Late last year, a robber shot and killed a security guard inside the Harrison Street 7-Eleven.
I hope these businesses stay, but we're starting to see businesses decide, well, it's just not worth it. We're going to go to another city.
And that's what apparently happened to 2 stores in Oakland. A source close to the company tells me 7-Eleven closed down 2 corporate-owned stores due to crime. The remaining 7-Elevens in Oakland are run by independent franchise owners.
Then the street starts, the neighborhood starts really going down, trash, all kind of stuff. Yeah. And then what happens? We have to go further out just to get little things.
Okay, when you talk about trying to fix the problems in these neighborhoods, you ain't gonna fix anything until the crime is taken care of, okay? Until you start locking up criminals, these types of projects, this type of money being spent on this stuff, waste of time, right? Can't be done, okay? And stories like this is exactly what I'm talking about, as, again, the construction workers that are responsible for repaving the roads are so afraid of being in these neighborhoods that they decided, you know what, it's just not worth my life. It's just not worth it.
An East Bay resident now sounding the alarm after a contractor stopped repaving a street after claims that the neighborhood was just too dangerous. So this unfinished work has now created more problems. There's potholes and exposed gravel. KRON 4's Teresa Stasio has the story.
I see there are plenty of children in our neighborhood that are walking or riding bikes and playing and, walking down the sidewalk. And it's very dangerous right now.
That's Sherry Angrano talking about this. Large potholes littering Colorado's Street in the Sobrani Park neighborhood in Oakland. There are also potholes on Akalani's Drive and Catrone Drive. She explains it all started in March.
At the end of April, there was signage saying that on 5-5 and 5-6, there would be work. So during those days, they came and tore up the existing pavement to get it ready to be repaved.
But Angrano says that when the day came for workers to show up and repave the roads, they were a no-show.
So I referred back to the public notice. I found the project manager, and I reached out to him on 5/28. And that's when he let me know that the project was suspended indefinitely because the contractor felt unsafe and was not going to complete the project until the city of Oakland can guarantee a safe work environment for them.
Angrano says that putting the whole project on pause and forcing residents to deal with the mess seems wrong.
More and more gravel and rocks being kicked up every day, every time the bus passes by. I did pose that question to the project manager engineer. What happens if my tires get popped, and all he could do was tell me to submit a request to the city for reimbursement. I would just like the streets repaved as soon as possible. I don't think it's fair to anybody in the community to have this indefinitely suspended or dragged out for another month.
KRON 4 reached out to the project engineer, the Oakland Public Works Department, the mayor's office, council member Reed, whose district covers the area, as well as the city's director of communications. We have not heard anything back.
Yeah, of course you're not going to hear anything because they don't have anything to say, right? They have nothing to say. Again, this is the same city where you have businesses hiring security in order to walk workers to and from their vehicles, okay? I mean, this is what they're doing. They're paying for Ubers. They're doing all types of things to try to keep people safe on the way to work. That's how dangerous it is, okay? If you park your car in, downtown Oakland or whatever, there's a good chance that it will be broken into. This city is lawless, right? It's a lawless city. It's a third world city, and you're seeing the results. Again, you look at some of these neighborhoods, you look at some of these pictures. Again, it looks like you're in some developing country, right? You don't look like you're in America, right? It doesn't look like it's in America. I mean, it's at the point now where Oakland had to take down their stoplights and put stop signs in their place because the criminals kept stealing copper to the point where the stoplights wouldn't work anymore, right? So the stoplights were non-functional because criminals were still in copper. So the city says, hey, you know what? We're just going to put up stop signs, which again is something that you would see in a third world country. Take a look.
It is a sight that would definitely make you do a double take. We're talking about a stop sign that's just hanging overhead where a traffic light would normally be in Oakland. So our Dahlin noticed it on his own while he was just driving through the intersection of East 12th Street and 16th Avenue in the San Antonio district. So he did some digging. And it turns out the city removed the traffic lights altogether and replaced them with four-way stop signs after dealing with months of people stealing copper and then tampering with an electrical box. Neighbors tell DAW the city can't fix this problem until it deals with another one.
Neighbors say the stop sign is a sign and a reflection of the city's condition. They say the city's inability to clear a homeless encampment next to the intersection is leading to this kind of issue. A drive on the busy East 12th Street, you'll come to this high-hanging stop sign above the road. Neighbors say city workers replaced the traffic lights with four-way stop signs in the last week.
It's just telling us that the city is giving up on us.
Courtesy of Google Earth, this was how the intersection looked before. But neighbors say those lights haven't worked in months. They were either blinking red or completely out.
This is a brand new solution to a problem that's taken many forms here.
Mason Young lives near the intersection. He believes the stop signs are better than non-working traffic lights, which he blamed for this crash that sent a truck into the fence of a repair shop.
We got to stop just putting Band-Aids on things. Although, you know, a Band-Aid's better than bleeding out.
The city did try to fix the traffic light at least a few times, but once they fix it, normally within a week or so, it will go out again.
So that being said, there is a recall effort here to get rid of the mayor, okay, because of the fact that the mayor is doing a horrible job, okay? She's soft on crime. And it seems as if they're getting closer and closer and closer to actually trying to get rid of this person. And again, you're seeing this happen across a lot of these liberal cities. Like, for example, in Chicago, there's a recall effort there. Now, that one is really early in the process. But again, you let these progressives, these lunatics run these cities. And eventually, the lunatics that voted for them, they realize that, hey, these policies are actually not good for me. Okay, which, again, is amazing. I'm not entirely sure why these people have to actually get burned to believe that fire burns. I don't really get it. I don't understand it. But hey, it is what it is. So without further ado, let's get into it.
She is toast. We say Tao is toast.
The group behind the recall effort, known as OUST, or Oakland United to Recall Sheng Tao, says they've collected more than 30,000 signatures in the past 3 months. That's 5,000 more than the 25,000 needed by July in order to get the recall on the November ballot. They want to collect at least 10,000 more before turning them over to the Registrar of Voters. The extra signatures could be vital. You'll recall organizers of the effort to recall Alameda County District Attorney Pamela Price gathered more than 123,000 signatures. However, just under 75,000 were valid.
It is going to be on the November ballot, and voters in Oakland will be able to let the mayor know that we are not pleased with her leadership.
Brenda Harbin Forte is a retired judge from the Alameda County Superior Court and president of OUST.
I could be doing a lot of other things in my retirement, but this is important to me.
Mayor Tao's firing of Oakland Police Chief LaRon Armstrong, the effect of crime forcing some businesses out of the city, and a missed deadline for millions of dollars in funding from the state to help fight retail theft are among the recall organizers' top concerns. But Oakland faith leader Pastor Jeremy McCants says with less than 2 years in office, this group hasn't given Mayor Tao enough time or grace.
It just didn't come out of thin air. It's been past administrations going past 8 years that have really neglected the city and haven't really set the city up for a sustainable future.
He calls the recall effort a waste of taxpayer dollars.
Given the deck of cards that she has been given, I think she's doing an awesome job.
If the recall,
there's no doubt in my mind this guy's a progressive, right? No doubt in my mind he is a woke progressive who is trying to excuse this woman for her poor job performance, okay? So poor that, again, she's facing a recall effort. You have people complaining all the time about crime, retail theft. It's just too much, right? It's too much. And at some point, you have to face consequences for being incompetent. Now, he is right about the fact that this has been going on for years. It's not just her, but she's not going to fix it. She's just a continuation of the bad policies that got them in this situation in the first place.
Call moves forward, the city council would have 120 days to set a special election for a new mayor. In Oakland, Lena Howland, ABC 7 News.
Wow. It seems like you have more ridiculous stories coming out by the day. So if you vote progressive, if you vote Democrat for years and years and years, this is what happens to your city, right? You literally become a third world city. Basic services can't get done. Okay. You can't get any questions answered. You don't get any police protection. You get nothing, right? But hey, you got high taxes though, right? You paying them high taxes, okay, for services that you're not receiving. And, hey, I hope that this recall effort is successful. This mayor should definitely face consequences for being incompetent. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. Until then, it seems like, the residents have to be okay with not getting even the basic services. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.